Hey guys, today we're going to be taking a look at the HG Build Divers Grimoire Red Beret, and as you may be well aware, this is just a variation of the Reconquista in G Grimoire kit, which I never built, but it's pretty much all there, and you kind of have all the extra parts to make the original Grimoire if you want, as far as I can tell. But this version is green, and it has a big, huge new backpack on it. It's got some cool new gimmicks built into the legs, the front of the legs and the feet, and a few other new parts kind of here and there, the shoulder parts and on the front skirts. I think it's pretty cool. I think it's a really interesting design where they've obviously taken some kind of aspects from Scope Dogs and other things, kind of put them into the Gundam world and into this really cool, interesting new design for the Grimoire. Now, that's one thing that you'll be hearing me talk about a lot in this review is gimmicks, because there's a lot of gimmicks built into this thing, but it is definitely held back on the other hand of quality in the fact that it does have a lot of seam lines and some pretty limited articulation in some places as well. So there's going to be some big pluses and some big minuses for this kit, and you'll have to just kind of even that out to see how it comes out for you, whether you think that it's going to be worth it or not. With the list price for this kit being at 1,800 yen, it's certainly not the cheapest high grade. It's not too bad, it's just pretty average, but like I said, it does have a lot of stuff in there in the box and a lot of different options and gimmicks and things like that. So, you know, whether it's worth it to you or not, you'll just have to see throughout the review. So as always, a huge thank you to USA Gundam Store for supplying me with this kit to share with you guys. Check out the link to their site down below. There, USA Gundam Store. You use my coupon code ZakuAurelius10 to save 10% and show them some love. Alright, so let's talk about the articulation a little bit here, and also mention out the stickers. It's pretty light on the stickers, actually. We have just one in there behind the clear parts there for the eyes, which look really nice, I have to say. And then the kind of foil blue one there around the chin, the kind of smile there on the front of it, and then here on the side skirts as well. And then, of course, the star there on the front. Just a quick note that you do also have two more white stars that you can place around somewhere else on the kit if you want. You have a couple extras, but otherwise that's it for the stickers, so very minimal in terms of those. Now let's talk about the articulation. The head will go only up to about there, and I suppose there is one more sticker I did forget to mention here on the back of the head. There's one more little clear, like a shiny blue, I should say, one there for the back camera. So head articulation up, really not that much, but you can kind of get a sense of that, and then down kind of to there. So not really going to be a whole lot in the way of the head, but just based on the shape of it, I don't think you would really expect a whole lot there. It's kind of set to the head pretty well. In the stomach section, because it's got this huge big ball shape, you would think the articulation would be pretty good, but it's actually not really all that great. You have a little bit of stomach crunch here, just not bad. It's definitely better than nothing. Side to side is a little bit there, kind of, not really too much, and then of course just a rotation. So it's not bad, but it's not really as good as it may look. And shoulder articulation, it will only go up to about there. The shoulder armor can move separately, and you can of course rotate this red bit there on the shoulder as well if you want. The shoulder joint is the polycap that is meant to swing forward. It will move forward a tiny bit, but really not all that much. So in terms of the shoulder articulation there, really not too great. For the rest of the arm, it doesn't really get too much better after that. We have a turn here at the top of the arm, and you have seam line through the upper arm and seam line through the lower arm, so you'll have plenty of seams to work with there. And then the bend in the elbow is only going to give you about 80 degrees, not even a full 90 degrees there at the elbow, unfortunately. It looks cool, but it just really isn't able to do a whole lot. But then you do have a little bit of assistance here in that the wrist can also bend up and down on an added joint there. So all in all, you get to about 90 degrees between the shoulder and the hand, but it's not going to be anything more than that for sure. And then the hands will also rotate here. You can turn those around like normal. They're not on a ball joint, but you can have pretty much the same range of movement out of that. Nice detail on the hands there for those holding hands we have with the kit. For the front skirts, you can move those up and down like so. These kind of bits here on the front, you can rotate as you like. They're kind of just meant to be kind of in that position here. These side skirt bits will also move up and down a little bit here, and nothing moves on the back skirt. The backpack will open up like so, and as you can see, we're going to be putting some extra stuff in there. We'll come back to that shortly. If you don't want to use this backpack, it does have this plugs here, which you could use some different backpacks with that. You will be able to get a pretty wide spread there out of the legs, so that's pretty good. Here at the top, you can just rotate those, also quite nice. When you bring the front skirts forward, and you can bring the leg up only to about there because this big, huge part on the front of the leg kind of gets in the way. If we bend the knee, you can get, again, it's like with the elbow, it's maybe less than 90 degrees. You're able to bring the leg up a little bit more, but really that's about it in terms of the knees. So elbows and knees, shoulders are definitely the weakest points for articulation for this kit, unfortunately. Then we have this gimmick here built into the front. You can lift this up and then pop out this little claw here for this gimmick with that. Also up here under the toe, can pop out the lower bit of that, and it makes this kind of like a pincher thing, and that acts as one of the main new gimmicks added to this kit. So that's just not something that I'm personally into. I really don't really care for that. This whole bit just looks kind of tacked on, and it's just like a big block shape. It's not really very interestingly shaped. It's kind of very utilitarian, which I guess kind of matches the overall design of the suit, I suppose. You can rotate that as well, so I guess if you wanted to have it kind of like off to the side or something like that, I guess you could, but overall not really too into that to gimmick for me personally. Down here in the ankles, you can move those side to side pretty well. As you can see here with the toe though, unfortunately that wheel part where the little knife blade bends out, there's going to be a seam line on that, and I found that when you're bending that back and forth, that's going to separate that little wheel bit there in the front, so we'll have to glue that. That wheel does not turn on its own. The back wheel though will turn, but you have a seam line right down the middle of that, seam line down the middle of the lower leg as well. You can see that there on the back. But back to the articulation of the ankle here, this little front ankle armor will move on its own a little bit there. The ankle itself will move forward to there, back to there. Not too bad, really, to be honest. Up underneath the feet, though, not really going to be too great. There's not really too much that you could expect, but there is hollow spaces there if you're the kind of person who really doesn't like hollow gaps underneath the feet. So overall, our articulation ranges from not too good to passable in terms of the overall design of that. It's a very short, stumpy design, isn't it? Now let's check out everything that comes with the kit. Aside from the two holding hands that we have on there, we do also have a third hand option. It's just an open hand for the left hand. It's very ugly. It's just a kind of, it's open, but there's like no expression to it at all. And all of the Reconquista and G kits, unfortunately, had this. Nice that we have an extra option, but it's really pretty useless. I think the best thing to do would be cutting this up and kind of changing the shape of the hand to get the best looking option out of that. And we have the regular Grimoire shield here carried over with just a very simple adapter. It's just one piece, so it looks fine from the front. Sorry about that. But I mean, it's just going to be all one color. On the back though, I mean, yeah, not really very attractive. Just looks like one very thin, simple piece of plastic. But when it fits onto the arm, it's really not going to be that noticeable, the inside of it. So there, as you can see, in use, it's not too bad. You're not really going to notice the inside of the shield too much. And then we have the assault rifle. Pretty cool weapon. We have a camera there for that as well in pink. And it looks very interesting. That's because it breaks down into multiple parts. So if you pull out this part here in the back and turn that around, there you go. You have this extra small little pistol there. This part on the lower bit, I think, is supposed to be a little grenade launcher or something. So you have that extra bit, which can be held like so. And then you have just the main rifle, which you can keep like that, or you can just remove the barrel, and then you've just got this kind of like Uzi kind of weapon there. The secondary handle will move side to side like that. And so you have a lot of different options here, all built within just one gun, so that's pretty nice. And then we have the plasma knife, which is unfortunately just molded in green here, so you'll definitely probably want to paint that. But then we have one more molded in blue, and then one more molded in red. So you have a total of 3 plasma knives, obviously more than you can actually use with this kit. You can only hold 2. You'd have an extra one. These do store, at least one of them can be stored in the back skirt. There's like a slot up in there. You kind of slide this in here behind the back skirt, which is kind of interesting, and it's kind of hidden inside there. The other 2 can be stored in the backpack. I think it's going to be a bit of a trick to get these in here because it's kind of a small space. Hang on. There you go. There, those are stored in the back of the backpack. And the other thing that's meant to be stored in the backpack is the Grimoires. So what we have here is 2 more Grimoire heads, one in green with pink camera, and then one in blue with orange camera. So again, the lenses on those all look really nice with the stickers in there behind the clear parts. And these have little bodies on here as well, little kind of arms and legs. There is a little bit of articulation here in that the little arm bits will move separately with the legs, so these can just stand up on their own like this. And they do stand. I guess this arm here is maybe supposed to be a little kind of mini gun or something, I guess. What's really with that? I guess if you wanted to make that into a gun, just take your drill and just drill a little barrel hole into that, and that would be much more convincing. Now these just on their own can also carry the knife, but just by themselves, this little hook here on the back, you can just plug the knife onto there, and then it can just be like carrying that. These are meant to just like sort of fly around, but unfortunately there's no place to plug up an action base. So if you wanted to, like take your extra action base arm and plug this onto there, there's nothing there. So poor planning on Bandai's part on that. I think that what they should have done was design these in a way that you could actually have them like flying around on an action base. But the other thing you can do with these is use this little holding hand kind of thing that they have and just plug the knife onto there, and they can be sporting the plasma knife in hand, and so you can have them flying around stabbing stuff, and that's pretty cool, I guess. And when not in use, you can kind of fold these up and store these in the backpack here as well, so they'll plug in just one on top of the other. So those just plug in there like that, and it's actually pretty simple. They popped in there really easy, actually easier than I expected. I didn't expect it to be too much of a chore, but they fit in quite nicely, and you can just close that up, and then there you go. It's pretty cool. And the one thing I'll note about the backpack, you have these extra attachment points here, and it looks like there for something. I don't know if those are maybe for the tilt rotor pack, which I don't have and I don't plan on reviewing, but at least you have some extra points where you could attach some other stuff onto here if you want, here on the shoulder as well. And that's a good transition into the one thing I do want to talk about here as well, is that extra parts you have left over. Now, this red shoulder part here on this kit is new, and you're only meant to use one, but Bandai did give you a second one. This is a completely new part, so they didn't have to give you two to make this design, so they just gave you two as like an extra option. If you wanted to have one for the opposite arm as well, you can do that, and especially if you're painting, you don't have to keep them both red. You can paint just one red or have one another color or something like that, but you do have that option, which is nice. And then we've got option parts left over from the original Grimoire, so if you really don't like the inline skates there, if you just want to use just the regular feet, you have those options as well. You can just use those. And then we have just the original fronts of the legs, so if you don't like these big huge bits here added onto the front of the shins, you just have just the original kind of knee and shin part there. And then we have the original side skirt here, which is just a very simple kind of block side skirt there, which looks like it's sort of supposed to be an ammo pack or something, which would replace this part here on the side. So, and there's a few other leftover parts as well, but those are kind of the most notable ones. So as you can see, between the different options that you can do, breaking down the rifle and having the different knives and having 3 knives and then having the mini Moors, and then you can have those flying around, and then having different gimmicks with the scissors, claws being built into the front of the legs, and then just the inline skates that he's on. There's a lot of different posing options and weaponizing options and things that you can do with this kit. So if you like a kit that's just really fun to pose, and you like to change up the pose every now and then, maybe you like doing kit photography and things like that, where you want to try a bunch of different poses with a bunch of different weapons, this kit has a lot of different options, and that is one thing that I really think does add a lot of value to the kits. Now, that is not something that is going to be really all that appealing for everyone. Sometimes people just want just like one really cool weapon that they can stick with, and maybe none of the weapons included with this are really to your liking. Of course, you can customize it, use giving it whatever else you want, but I do like that they do give you plenty of different options just straight out of the box. But on the other hand, as you've seen, this kit does have a lot of tricky seam lines on it. It has some pretty weak articulation in some areas, and that can just, I mean, it's definitely not a deal breaker in my mind. It just means that you're in for a lot more work in terms of getting this kit paint ready. And again, that won't be an issue for everyone, but if it is something that you're planning on doing with this kit, just know that that's something that you have ahead of you with these, unfortunately. And if you've built any of the Reconquista NG kits before, then you should have that already on your mind, because you know all of those kits are like that, unfortunately. One thing too here with the mini Moor, I've got it up on the little base there, on the little base arm now at the moment. It's just balanced on there though. It's not plugged in, as I mentioned. There's no way to really plug those on there, so you can do some sort of balancing act with that. Obviously you can just drill a hole somewhere in there and make that able to be plugged onto an actual action-based little 3mm plug, but as it is, you can just work out some little balancing act, something like this with that works kind of well enough, but still wish that they would have sorted that out. So that's going to be pretty much it for the Grimoire Red Beret. I was really happy to get the chance to finally build a Grimoire, because I never built the original kit, and by all accounts it's one of the best kits from the original Reconquista NG line, so I think Bandai made a good choice. If they wanted to incorporate anything from the Reconquista NG line into build fighters or build divers, this was probably the best way to go. And I do think they have done a really good job in drastically increasing the value of the kit, whereas the regular Grimoire was pretty minimal in terms of the accessories and things that it came with, in terms of the different options and things like that. But this kit, as I've mentioned before, just has a lot of different options and things that you can do with this, so that's always fun. Anything other than that, any further questions and comments you guys might have, feel free to leave those down below. What do you guys think of it? After the headache of removing all the seam lines on this kit, I'm looking forward to giving this a paint job sometime in the future. I think it's a cool, just kind of very grunty looking design, and again, that's seems like it's definitely a throwback to the Scope Dogs kind of design aspects that are thrown into here with the red shoulder and all that. So with that, guys, hope you're all having a great day. I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Hey! Thanks for watching, guys. Remember, if you want to check the kit out for yourself, you can head over to USA Gundam Store, use that coupon code ZakuAurelius10, save yourself 10%. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.
Bye bye.